YouTube, what's happening? It's your boy Bio back with another review. And today we are taking a look at a figure that I've wanted for a long, long time, man. I'm very excited. This is the Marvel Legends, technically, Iron Man Mark V figure, man, from like way back in the day, from when Iron Man 2 came out. So like around like 2010. This was a Walmart exclusive, as you can see right there on the package. It says only at Walmart. Um, the Mark Six, I didn't even realize until I was looking at reviews recently, was also a Walmart exclusive. So that's pretty cool. But man, I've wanted this figure for a long time, man. The Mark Five is like one of my favorite looks of all time from the MCU Iron Man suits. I just really love the look of it. I love the fact that it came like out of a suitcase, like it can literally conform into a suitcase and then come out. Like I thought that was like the coolest thing. That suit up scene in Iron Man 2 where he fights Ivan for the first time on the racetrack, and just seeing that, the suitcase like transform like that around him, I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I remember watching that movie in theaters and just being amazed at that scene, like seeing his suit almost look like a transformer with all those panels going around him. That was like the coolest thing ever, man. But so happy to finally have this guy in my collection. Got him off of Amazon. I think I want to say about like a few weeks ago. Like I think it's been at least 3 weeks now. Got him off of Amazon for about like 80, like around $80, maybe a little more than that with tax and all that. But you know, which you might say is kind of expensive for a figure like this, but I mean, considering how rare he is and how old, you already know I was willing to put the money down for him, and you know, I'm I think I made the right choice. I do have a few gripes about him that I already saw like from seeing him inside the package, but we'll get him out the package and take a closer look at those in a minute. But overall, I'm just really happy to have him, man. So there's the packaging. Obviously, right there it says exclusive 6-inch movie series, includes transport case, which is right there. There's a look at the back of the packaging, and if you want to see what that bio says right there, you can pause the video now and take a look at it. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out the package so we can get right to it. Get things moving along here. Yeah, very, very excited to finally have this figure, man. Like I said, it's been a minute since I wanted this figure. 2010, man. So this figure's like over a decade old already. I never did get my hands on one, so I'm very, very happy to have one. Alright, I'm gonna try to keep the package somewhat intact, like I did with the Mark II, because I do like it. Let's go ahead and pull them out. Set the packaging down. Alright, yes sir. Look at him. Ooh, alright. He comes with a fair bit of accessories too, so we'll take a look at those as well. But I just got him out of the plastic, and he looks rather good. I like it. I like it. All right. So here is Mr. Let's see if I can get his legs in a good standing pose. There he is, Mr. Mark V, standing up. Let's get some focus on him. All right. And I dropped one of his alternate hands that he comes with. So yeah, before we even take a good look at him, let's take a quick look at his accessories. He actually comes with 2 sets of alternate hands, which is really cool. I didn't know. I never really would have thought that back in the day they would have given the Iron Man figures like 2 sets of alternate hands. I thought that was like a fairly recent thing with the Marvel Legends, but apparently, maybe with this guy being like a Walmart exclusive, they decided to throw in some extra hands for him, which I have no problem with. I love that. More accessories, the better, more options for us. But he comes with 2, let's see, It comes with two extra fist hands. So let's see if I can show those in here real quick. So you got the two fist hands that you can switch out from. Those have some pretty nice red metallic paint on those. I like those. I like the red metallic color that they chose for this figure. I think it came out pretty nice. Um, Even though there are a little bit of paint kind of imperfections, but we'll look at that in a minute. But overall, I think this looks really nice. You can see that. You kind of see like the repulsor sculpted in there. It's not really painted, but that's fine, especially with this being like a fist hand. I don't mind that. But yeah, that looks really nice. I like that. So you get two of those. That was this one is for his his left hand. Obviously, he has one for the right. And then you also have two kind of open hands, like more open. And you can see like the repulsor is painted very nicely in there. A nice blue outline on the repulsor. Let's see. The inside looks a little like dingy or whatever. That's probably just wear from over time, like the white part of the repulsor. But overall, it still looks pretty good. I like that a lot. You can kind of see like some of the paint work is like wearing off on the fingers right here. You can see like the silver peeking through underneath. But you know, it's not bad. It still looks pretty good. So yeah, you get two of those for some extra hands, and then you also get, of course, the transport briefcase, which transforms into the suit. And I know a lot of people were saying this is kind of like a dumb accessory to give him because obviously if he's in the suit, he's not going to be able to carry the suitcase too because the suitcase is the suit, right? But I don't know. I like it. I think it's a good accessory because um, you know, I mean, either Hasbro is really smart or they just wanted to throw in something extra. But the way I'm thinking about it is like, obviously down the line they made some Tony Stark figures, just like regular Tony Stark. So you could obviously like, I'm assuming, he has hands where you can like fit this briefcase in there and just have him carry it. So, Hasbro probably thought of that, down the line, like we'll make a Tony Stark figure and then he can put this transport case in his hand and carry it around, look like he's about to transform. So I like it, man. Good sculpted detail, nice paint work on here. Look at that. Pretty cool briefcase right there. All that sculpted detail. I like it. So that's a cool accessory. And I remember looking at this guy on eBay and I was trying to find him for like a minute. And a lot of people were selling him like loose, like without the transport case. And I remember I had like messaged to get one of the sellers that I saw like a while back and was asking him. I think the figure was going for about like 80 something, kind of like what I paid on Amazon. And I messaged the guy and asked him if he came with the transport case because he didn't have it in any of the pictures. And he messaged me back and he was like, no. I think he said something like, typically this figure with the transport case goes for about like 100 or more or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, for sure. I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer, but not. I mean, it worked out, right? Because I got myself the figure in, still brand new in box, and it came with a transport case, and I only ended up paying 80, which was like the same price that he was selling it without the transport case. So, not a bad trade off there. But here is the Mark V front and center, and he looks freaking dope, man. Like I really, really love this, like just the look of this. I know there was a lot of speculation about this guy being like the Silver Centurion for the MCU. Like a lot of people thought that this was the Silver Centurion armor for the MCU when they first saw it, and I kind of thought it might be too. I was looking at like the comic, version, like trying to compare it, and I was like, oh, like yeah, like the red and silver color scheme that could definitely pass maybe for like a MCU Silver Centurion, even though it doesn't have like quite the exact look. But I was like, I could definitely see them passing it for Silver Centurion. And then of course we saw Iron Man 3 with the Iron Legion and all those other suits, and then we found out that it was not, in fact, the Silver Centurion. And I'm okay with that, man. I like the Mark V being its own suit, its own birthright. I like it, man. I really like the look of this thing. I mean, just look at all the sculpted detail they were able to get into this. Like this is amazing. Like this torso section right here is like probably like the most amazing part about this figure to me. How they were able to get in all that sculpted detail and just like that is awesome, man. So movie accurate. You can see the top right here. I like the paint for the arc reactor. I like that they got like the nice blue highlights around it to make it look like it's lit up. And then just the silver, the silver paint that they chose, really really good. I love like the metallic look of the silver paint. I feel like it has a little bit more of like a metallic finish on this section as opposed to like his chest, but still looks really good. And I love that they got like the sculpted detail up here. Look at that, man. That is badass. Look at like the intricacy of that. That is so dope. All those little rivets and everything. I think maybe like a light wash up here would have like helped bring out some of these details a little more, but still looks really good for what it is. I like it. I dig it, man. You can see in the arms and whatnot. And just look at that. Excuse me. Look at that face sculpt. That is a dope Iron Man head sculpt, bro. Like the mask for this just looks so freaking cool. Now, one of the gripes that I was talking about earlier that I had is like you can see right there in the face, like the face slit for the mouth. He's got like a little bit of red paint, got like a red spot in there. That's not too bad. I mean, I think with some silver paint, I could easily probably fix that up, so that's not too bad. But I think the thing that was really standing out to me, even from inside the package, was his knee, his left knee. The paint was really starting to like come off on his left knee. It actually doesn't look so bad out of now that I have it like out of package, but in the package, like his left knee, the paint on that was really fading. Like look at that compared to the right knee. Like how much better the right knee looks compared to the left. Like, the right knee still has like the paint pretty good intact, that metallic red and everything. And then you look at the left, it's all dull and a lot of the silver underneath is kind of peeking through, but it's not horrible. Not the worst thing in the world. And yeah, I've seen like reviews on this. This guy, I guess, had like, it seems like it's kind of a, what do you call it? It's like a hit or miss, like as far as like the QC issue. So some people's copies have like a lot of paint work kind of missing or bleeding through. Like a lot of the red paint will start. Oh, gotcha. The spider reflexes, but yeah, like a lot of the red paint would start to like fade on him. You can see the silver kind of peeking through, which isn't obviously the best thing in the world, but it's not too bad. I think yeah, they just kind of like missed. They probably could have put like an extra coat or two of metallic red paint on top in certain areas, but overall it still looks pretty good. And here's a look at the back. Look at that. Oh man, this is badass. I love this guy. Despite his, paint defects in certain areas, let's see if I can get him to stand. He just has like one of the coolest designs for me, so I give him a pass when it comes to those imperfections because he just looks freaking awesome, man. Look at that. That is so cool. All the detail in his back and everything, like that is so sick, man. Even in like the joints, like you can see like down here in the legs, they have all those sculpted lines for the joints. Like that is so cool. And look at the bottom of the boots and everything. Just an awesome looking figure, man. I love it. And there was one thing that I noticed. I'll show you guys real quick. It's another not so much an imperfection, but like a inaccurate thing as far as like the movie goes is the helmet itself. I actually have my laptop ready this time, right? I got it ready, got it plugged in so it won't die on me. But I found this image on Google. It's like kind of based off of the movie, kind of like some concept art. And hopefully that shows up well on camera. I'm just gonna move him out the way real quick. Hopefully you guys can see this image right here. But I want to like blow it up so you guys can like really see it. Let's see if I go to the actual page. You can see it bigger form. Okay, there we go. That's awesome. That's perfect. Get out of my way. I don't care. Okay, here we go. Right there. So you can see like in the mask right there, you see how like the design right here, like he's got, it's a slideshow. Huh, my bad. Okay, let's see if I can get it to not be a slideshow. Go back. But you can kind of see like the design on the mask, like right here, he's got the two lines going down, like just above his eyes, like in the center. And then he's got like these two, oh my gosh, this thing keeps popping up. He's got these two kind of like lines on the side that like come down right here. And then, wow, go back. This thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this quick because this thing is moving. But yeah, you can see these two lines that come down, come out and then down again. They kind of reverse that on like the figure. So you look at the figure right here. Let me get that out the way. Thank you, laptop. Appreciate your services. But anyways, so if you look back at the figure right here, it's like they kind of reversed that whole pattern. And I know I had to like move the image out of the way kind of quick, which is unfortunate. So you can't see them both like side by side. But if you just like basically go back in the video, rewind the video a little bit so you can reference the image again. If you like look at the pattern that they have like from the movie and then the pattern that they have on the figure, it's kind of reversed. Like they basically, instead of like the lines going like, like down, out, and then down again, they kind of flipped it. So it's like it goes out and then up and like to the side. So it's hard to explain without really seeing the image. But if you, like I said, if you go back in the video, look at the image and then come back and look at like, the figure and see his mask, you can actually see it's actually like designed a little bit differently, even though it looks, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell until you actually like looked at the movie. But that's just something I noticed, something I picked up on, trying to look into the accuracy of the design. But it still looks really good. I like how it came out on the figure, and I still think that looks pretty good. So that's enough talking about him. Let's talk about articulation. So his arms, he's got these flexible shoulder pads, which is, I think, the first time maybe we've seen like from the older Iron Man figures, like where they don't just like, they're not loose and they don't just kind of like snap on and off. He's got like his shoulder pads are actually glued to the shoulders. You can actually like lift them up. They're made out of like a soft plastic, so that's pretty good. You can lift his arm up pretty high. Like you can push that shoulder pad up and you can get his arm better than horizontal. So that's pretty good. Out to the side. And then obviously down by his sides again. Pretty good. That's not too bad. It's not like right by his sides, but not bad. And then obviously he has, torso, upper chest, or like a diaphragm joint. He's got articulation. You can kind of wiggle around on that. You can crunch forward that much. So, not a whole lot, but that's all right. Moving backwards. You can kind of like force it. It goes about that. And it kind of wants to snap back. So it's not a whole lot of range going forward and back, but not too bad. Side to side, he doesn't really have anything. Just the way this joint works, you can kind of wiggle him, but he doesn't really have a lot of side to side. As far as the legs can kick up. I think this is one of those same joints where it's like